Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. So, guys, it's October and I'm in my spooky mood. And so why not watch all the horror films, all the scary TV series, all of them, all of them, all of them. I love a good spook. I really do. But I saw the previews for horror noir. I saw it a while ago and I looked and looked, of course, and I didn't find it. But this was like back in 2021 when this was I want to say when it premiered. I don't know. I missed it. But we're here now. We are here now. It's on Prime. Prime is where I've been watching most of my little horror films. And I don't watch quite a few now. And I ain't came and shared none of them. But I'm gonna share this one. I'm gonna share this one because we dealing with black folks. So of course, like I'm one of those people that want to see black people in horror films. Like I want to see black folks doing the horror films, doing the spooky films, doing all of that, the slasher films. Like black folks can do it too. We can be in them too. Don't just throw us in there as your token black. Let the whole cast be black. Let the black folks write them. Let the black folks direct them. See horror from our lens. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to learn something. It ain't even just about it being a fictional story. 9 times out of 10, there are some real hidden gems and there's some messages that black folks gonna be like, there's always gonna be racial undertones when black people recreate the story, because ain't that the life we living? Anyway. This is no different. It's 6 different stories. It's an anthology of terrifying tales. Written and directed by black writers, black screenwriters, black directors, black folk. And I was here for Robin Givens even directed on this. I said, everybody is in on it. I love it. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I feel like I'm going to watch it again. Want to watch it again. But anyway. There's one in particular with Luke James where he gave such a great performance. Like he's Luke, he's him, he's regular old good guy, throughout the whole thing. And then he flips it at the very end. And just with that small moment, it was so impactful. It was like, oh, okay, Luke. I didn't know you had it in you. Good job. Good job portraying crazy. Good job. Anyway, there's another one, y'all, and this one here, is it the first one? I can't remember, but there's one where this lady, she was a teacher somewhere else, and she moves to a small town, buys this lake house. Of course, there's always a man that's going to be on you, but the groundskeeper. The groundskeeper always know what's up. The groundskeeper going to always come give you a warning. The groundskeeper tell her, did anybody tell you not to go in the water? Don't go in the lake, don't swim in the lake. And she's like, that's the reason why I bought the lake house. He tells her the tales of the lake, of of people getting snatched in there and never being seen or heard from again. They calling it an alligator, but it ain't an alligator. It's something else, very mystical, something else. Don't get in the water. She get in the water. Then he tell her, I saw you swimming in the water. You better be careful. It brings out the worst. It's going to call to you. And I know it's calling to you. It brings out the worst in you, the worst parts of you. It knows your deepest, darkest secrets. It's going to bring it out of you. Went in that water. I done told you. And then she gonna fire him. So she working down at the other school. She has a student, young black boy. He on the football team. The minute she said to him, oh, can you stay after class? Do you know anybody that does any handiwork or that can help me in the yard? Now, keep in mind that the principal that walked her to her classroom, he kind of sweet on her, and he like, oh, you should let me take you to coffee one day, even though that's inappropriate, sir. You don't just ask me on a coffee date right here in the hallways with the students in here, out here. What? I thought we ain't supposed to fraternize. No, I'm not going on a coffee date with you. In the teacher's lounge? Of course, I'll meet you in the teacher's lounge. Have a little cup of coffee. That's what you're trying to do? Because we're not going to the coffee shop, like, after school and none of that. Anyway, he had just said that. And so she's had an opportunity to ask the grown men around town if they know somebody that can help her with the yard work and all that. She gonna ask this child. So then I knew. Yeah, we gotta watch your ass. And rightly, of course. That's exactly what her deepest, darkest secret is. She a child molester. So in her other town, she was molesting the boys. Okay, and she done fled the scene, and she done got away. She done changed, starting a new leaf somewhere else, and gonna do the very same thing. Got that boy over there at her house, shirtless in the yard, doing yard work and all of that. She bringing him a beer. It's just like that man said. Those bad things, those bad parts of her were like exacerbated because she got in that water, and so now like she can't even help herself. She can't even stop the impulses. He can kind of feel what's going on, so he bring his little brother. I'm like, what you gonna bring your little brother for so both of y'all can get molested? What, sir? And she like, oh, y'all say don't get in the water? Because they know the tales too. They've heard the stories. She gonna come walking by him and in her bikini and get in the water. Also, she was grown. She was like developing gills. Her fingers were starting to be webbed. She was turning into a siren or something. And she goes out into the water, goes under the water, and doesn't come back up. And they like, we don't see her. What's going on? Should we get her? So they go in the water. She snatched their ass up. You already know it. Now, see, the groundskeeper tried to warn everybody, but nobody listened. Now she a lake creature. Like now she the Loch Ness monster, because she wouldn't listen and she wouldn't got in that water, and she was going out there to turn over a new leaf, but she already had her eyes on that child. Anyway. You already know when it comes to a horror story, some of these aren't going to end on a happy note. Most of them aren't. Most of them going to end on got your ass. But it was really good. It was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed these stories. I really did. The last one was really funny. It had Lavelle Crawford and I mean, they going to just show him stumble over his words. I said he must have messed it up so bad that this was the only good take. Because it's unheard of for a director or for that to get by the editing team, when we editing this movie, that we can see he fumbled, like he literally fumbled over the line, and they kept it in there. They kept it in there, but Lavelle did the best he could. That one was a vampire story, mainly about, and it was set in a sundown town. That one was good. That one was good. I don't really want to spoil too much of it. I don't really want to spoil too much of the stories, but they were really good stories. Another black lead film that I watched. Oh my God, now I'm forgetting it. It was about this black girl who, that's what it's called, The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. That one is also really good. You should go and watch it. It's about this girl, like she is a little mad scientist. And of course she lives in the hood, lives in the projects, but goes to the white school, where she has to deal with racism and all of that. And she thinks that death is a disease and that can be cured. And she sees all this death around her. Her mama died. Her mama was shot right in front of her. Her I want to say, no, her father had relapsed and he back on drugs. Her brother was killed, you know, gang banging and all of that. And so she thinks that cancer, people who get cancer, it's a symptom of the disease death. And so she gonna try to cure it. And so she a mad scientist. She's been snatching up the bodies in the projects and trying to do a whole Frankenstein situation and bring them back. She ends up bringing her brother back, and he's a monster. He out killing folk, okay? He done killed a few people, you know, and so she's trying to fix her problem and right her wrongs, of course, because folks done got killed behind this. But it's a good movie. It's a really good, that one was a good movie too. That one was a good movie, of course, with some messages in there. With some messages. I'm over here like, I don't want to spoil it. Then I spoil it. Then I spoil it. But honestly, y'all, I want y'all to go and take a gander at Horror Noire. I want to, it's Shudder. It's Shudder. It's I don't know if that's a streaming service or what, but it's that's like another entity on Prime. But that's where I found both of those films. Horror Noire, like I said, it's not a series, it's a movie. Like it's like a, you know, it's a hour, it's 153 minutes. And it's 6 different stories. So they bounce around, they go bounce from one to the next, to the next, to the next. But it's a good watch. It really is. And The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I love to see the new faces, of course, because in that one, it was a bunch of new faces. I've never seen the leading actor. I've never seen her in anything else, but I hope to, because she did a great job. She did a great job. Yeah, I ain't gonna ramble too much on this. I'm getting hungry. Y'all know I be intermittent fasting, and so I don't be eating till about 2 o'clock, and I am hungry. I'm hungry. Y'all hear my kids? They out of school all week. It's homecoming week. It's homecoming week. So I really had to get these videos done because I will not be back for the rest of the week. Yeah. I won't be back for the rest of the week because I'm out of here on Friday. We out of here. All right, guys. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.